Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are halfway there. So, today, what are we talking about? How to motivate ourselves to do great things. So, I am going to pull up my notes and we're going to get started. Hope you are doing well. So, let's talk about some strategies that we learned last lesson about how to deal with the setbacks. So now you got lots of tools that you can utilize that are going to help you conquer your obstacles. So now what? How do we actually motivate ourselves to make this happen? Because here's the thing, one of the most frustrating things about obstacles is that they tend to wear you down if you're unprepared. Don't let them get the best of you. So what we're going to be doing in the next few lessons is talking about how to motivate yourself and maintain that motivation through tough times. If you can always be moving toward your goals, okay? So what does it take to motivate yourself? So the first thing you have to do is set goals, make plans, get excited, right? That's what we typically do. We set our goals, we make the plans, we get excited. And we're so excited for the new year because this is our year, we're going to do it. And then procrastination comes when it's time to do something, right? Many of us are cursed with the ability to feel good about the planning process, but awful about acting on those plans. There is a huge disconnect that few people understand how to address. So, what I want you to do is I want you to master this ability, because if we can master that, then you can do anything, right? So, however, if your ability to tie your planning and action phase together is poor, you're also going to struggle immensely. So that's what we plan to teach you over these next few days. So, number one, how do we actually enhance our motivation for the results that we truly desire? Like what strategy? So, number one, give attention to those things under your control. Okay, that is critical. You can't control much, but there's no reason to focus on anything else. Doing so would lead to feeling overwhelmed. For example, receiving a promotion isn't under your control. The behaviors that improve your odds are definitely under your control. If you want to be promoted, you can't show up late. You can't show up unready, unprepared. Like I remember times I had managers coming to meetings and I'm asking them questions and they didn't know any of the answers to anything I'm asking. And these were things that they were supposed to be doing daily. So there would be no reason that they wouldn't know the answers other than the fact that they were not doing it. So to me, that was poor behavior. Okay. So what we want you to do is we want you to put your time, energy, and attention on the things that you can control. I don't like to use the word manipulate because a lot of people think, oh, you're making me manipulate time. But no, manipulate can mean the things that are under my control. I can control those. I can manipulate those things that I can control about me to a positive thing, okay? So avoid wasting your resources on anything that you can't influence. I can't go out there and do certain things. Like no matter who I am, what I say, there are certain things that I can't do. And 99% of that, if it's not your children or somebody you're in a relationship, people ain't going to listen to you like that. So stop trying to control others and just focus on controlling the things that you can control about your life. Okay. Number two, find a purpose that inspires you. Going to work on Saturday to complete a report might sound like the least enjoyable way to spend a part of your weekend. But if excelling at your job could lead to the promotion that you've been dreaming of, it's easier to be motivated. Most people don't like to work out, but the prospect of being healthier and more attractive is motivating to many people. Like for me on my health journey, the prospect of me being healthy is that's my motivator. I motivate myself by what my purpose is. Okay. Avoid judging the task or activity in the short term. Think about what you'll get out of it at the end of the road. Find a way to take inspired action. Like, for real, like, stop looking at, okay, well, if I do this now, no, how is this going to help you in the long road? Because guess what? Every time we procrastinate, that creates stress and anxiety and overwhelm. It's like it just keeps staying there. So if you get it off your plate, then guess what? You don't have to worry about that. And if I get it done now, it's only going to get me further along down the road that I'm trying to get to. Okay. Your inspiration might be a product of what you're doing for others. And so, how does your goal benefit others? Like, sometimes people are like, when I first started working out, I'm not going to lie, my initial goal was I want to be here to watch my grandchildren grow up. I was doing it for them because I wanted to be a part of their lives. And I knew that the best way for me to have an active, healthy part of their life was to become healthy. So my initial goal was for them. But then when I started, I realized it became more for me than it was to them, but they benefit. Okay. So if there's things that you're thinking of think about those things. Sometimes that motivates you, especially if you have kids. Sometimes, we want to do certain things to make sure that they benefit. Okay. Number 3, focus on small wins. If your goal is to lose 50 pounds over the next year, it's easy to become burned out. After 2 hard weeks of hitting the gym, avoiding late night snacks, and drinking only water, if you only lost 2 pounds, trust me, I've been there. Even though I'm right on schedule, you realize that you have another 48 weeks and 48 pounds to go. It just seems like too much. So you're just like, forget it. It's not worth it. This is a lot of work. Not realizing then the next week you're doing the same thing. You lost 2 more pounds. And before you know it, that's gone. So you're one step further than where you were yesterday by not doing anything. Okay. So here's the thing. Break up the goal into smaller pieces. That's one of the things that I did which is kind of what helped stem this course, is what I did was, depending on the ability of my focus, I broke the segments up. I just did, when I first started, it was just one day at a time. Let me do everything I need to do today. Let me work out today. Let me follow my meal plan today. Let me drink my water today. I'm just trying to get 3 check marks. And then I'm going to try to do that for a week. And then once I did that, then I started saying, okay, I'm going to get 7 check marks. I want all 7 of my days. So I gave myself little goals. And then it didn't feel like I was overwhelmed. Okay, so in addition to that, what happens is your brain can actually experience success and logically see the positive long-term outcome, which is what we want. However, if you continue to procrastinate, you're going to continue doing that. If your path looks too long, if I look at it and say it's going to take me a year to get in shape, I will give up. If I wasn't mentally stressed, because that takes it. But my goal is to become healthier, and I do that day by day. Okay. Number 4, at first, it's a mistake to wait for motivation to strike. You might find yourself waiting for a long time. Avoid thinking too much about the work to be done. If you wait too long to get started, procrastination becomes more likely. Before you can stop yourself get started, you'll find that the motivation is easier to experience after you've acted. And this is so true. If I get up and I start working out, I'm going to finish it. Even with my recordings now, like, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a very long time. I just wanted to get up here and just teach, but I've been scared. to be honest. And I was like, I don't know how to do YouTube. I don't know how to make it look pretty. I don't know all these things. And then finally I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to do what I love. And what I love is teaching. So I'm just going to get up there and teach. And once I get that under my belt and I'm consistent with that for 30 days and I understand the first part, then I'm going to go to the second part, which is how to market it, how to hashtag it. So I broke my steps up so I didn't feel so overwhelmed, because if I'm going to continue to try to make everything perfect, then it's going to prevent me from doing it, right? Because it was too much work. Right now, the only thing I have to do is hit record, and that's it. So it's simple. I kept it simple. So that's what I want you to do when you're creating your goals, is keep it simple. Okay? Because here's the thing. Every minute you wait under the guise of planning or strategizing, it takes the little motivation that you already have. So let's just jump up and get busy. Enhance your mood. Number 5, it's much harder to be motivated when you're in a bad mood. Studies have shown that a negative mood increases procrastination behaviors. Why is that? Well, if you're procrastinating, right, in your mood in the short term, but it's happening at the expense of your future, because guess what? The things that you push off, there's going to come a point where they have nowhere to be pushed. And when I say this, a lot of you are going to know exactly what I mean. You've pushed it so far that you ran out of time, that you have no choice. And right when you have no other time and you're stuck doing it, something that you really want to do happens, but you can't do it because you waited to the last minute. So you robbed your future of that opportunity because you procrastinated, right? And so if we put ourselves in a positive mental state, then procrastination becomes less likely to occur, because it's like, okay, it's over with, you know? So, all right. 2, happiness increases productivity and success. Monitor your progress. Research suggests that nothing is more motivating than progress in a meaningful endeavor. If you work with me in any of my containers, in any of my programs, the first thing that everybody has to go through is they have to go through a 30-day course of happiness. Because what we have determined, that if we get you in that mental state of happiness, if you get to feel it, you're going to be more motivated to stay and continue with the course, because you are motivated. You like the way you feel, and the more you feel happy, the more you're going to keep participating. Okay, so now motivation will whoop your ass. Motivation is huge. So without it, you can make spectacular goals and plans and still not get nowhere. Be honest. Like, you can have the best thought out business plan, the best out goals, the best, this is how everything's going to work out. And if you don't have no motivation, you're going to get nowhere. All right. So remember, the smallest obstacle could stop you. So what I want you to do is I want you to really focus on learning to manage your motivation, because this is a key component of effectively handling challenges and moving on to accomplish great things. So here's the thing: bet on yourself, motivate yourself. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to teach you some daily habits that you can incorporate into your routines that will actually help you strengthen your motivation in your mind. And it will just become automatic. Okay. So remember, motivation, when it's a part of your routine becomes natural. Okay. So what I want you to do is, like, think about your goals, break them down into small, achievable goals. All right. All right. I will see you beautiful souls tomorrow. I hope y'all have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you soon.